From the rugged terrains of Dagestan to the shining spotlight of the UFC, we will go through Umar Nurmagomedov's thrilling MMA fights. Disarming footwork, bubbly wrestling, and destructive striking are what this young talent has to offer. Umar Nurmagomedov was born on January 31, 1996, in the rugged terrain of Kelleher, Dagestan, Russia. Hailing from a lineage of gritty warriors, it seemed almost inevitable that Umar would step into the world of fighting. After all, when your cousin is the famed Khabib Nurmagomedov, you grow up with an understanding that in Dagestan, fighting is as much a part of life as breathing itself. From a young age, Umar was shaped by the unforgiving training regimens that Dagestan is notorious for. Dipping his toes in disciplines like freestyle wrestling and Thai boxing, Umar was creating a cocktail of fighting styles that would later serve him well inside the cage. But before the glitz and glamour of the UFC came calling, Umar honed his skills in the regional MMA scene. Every fight was a learning experience, a stepping stone to the grand stage that awaited him. His bout against Risat Karisov in the Fight Nights Global 57, for instance, was an early indicator of the raw talent Umar possessed. Faced with the formidable Karisov, Umar didn't buckle. Instead, he displayed a level of calmness that was almost unnerving. In his MMA debut in the corner, Umar had his cousin, Khabib Nurmagomedov, and Islam Makhachev. To Karisov's constant pressing, Umar responded by keeping his opponent at a distance with precise kicks. After a takedown attempt of Karisov, Umar demonstrated his excellent wrestling qualities. As the fight entered the second round, Umar executed a picture-perfect rear naked choke, leaving Karisov gasping for breath. It was clear that the idea of choking under pressure had a whole new meaning in the world of Nurmagomedov. Alium Isabayev was another target on Nurmagomedov's hit list, known for his grappling prowess. Isabayev was expected to give Umar a run for his money. However, like a boa constrictor, Umar wrapped himself around Isabayev, systematically breaking his defenses. In the second round, the end came in the form of a flurry of punches that had Isabayev tapping out faster than a frenzied drummer at a rock concert. One of his standout bouts in his pre-UFC days was at PFL 6 against Sidamar Unorio, known as Sideko Honor, who had a record of 13-6.
Opponent out here in round number 1.
And both these guys are used to being in third.
If anyone thought Honorio's experience would prove a hurdle for Umar, they were in for a surprise. Umar was the artist, Honorio was the canvas.
Make my life miserable. Oh, head kick there from Umar.
And what ensued was a brutal masterpiece.
Head kick sneaks over the left shoulder.
With an array of takedowns.
Like here, we saw him last year. Is he a better fighter?
Precise ground control.
Trying to create offense here.
And lethal striking.
Southpaw stance here. Ooh, that was beautiful.
Umar painted a fight sequence that was pure poetry in motion. Again, his kicks pushed the tempo, piecing his opponent with his timely leg shots to the body, head, and legs. Honorio couldn't make a move without feeling the pain of Umar's kicks. In the end, Umar's performance earned him a unanimous decision victory. Another display of Umar's brilliance in the octagon was Brian Gonzalez, a newcomer holding a 6-0 record with a reputation for being a ruthless striker. When he came face-to-face with Umar, the narrative took an unexpected turn. Umar danced around Gonzalez with the grace of a seasoned ballet dancer, deftly avoiding his powerful strikes. But when Umar retaliated with his brutal leg kicks, it was with the force of a sledgehammer. His perfectly tempoed kicks found their mark time and again, but it was his signature submission by rear naked choke that did the trick in the first round.
And this is it, and he's tapped, and then you go
convincingly from the opening bell to the end.
The call of the UFC eventually became too loud to ignore. Umar had made a name for himself, and now it was time to test his mettle against the best of the best. Umar's UFC debut saw him up against Sergey Morozov, a fighter with a record of 16-3, coming into the fight against Nurmagomedov at UFC 254. Umar showcased a masterclass in efficient kicking in this bout, not allowing Morozov to come close to him without facing some of Nurmagomedov's brutal leg kicks.
No, absolutely.
There it is, you see?
It was the same tactic he used in lots of other fights, controlling the tempo with his kicks and sleek body movement.
Good inside leg kick there from Morozov.
An unpredictable style that his opponents can't figure out. After tiring out Morozov with a takedown after takedown,
Favors him. Getting the instruction he needs.
Decent work from Morozov.
Dagestan guy has a lot of belief in himself.
he caught him in a brutal rear naked choke,
Oh, it's starting to slide. Oh, he's going to get in here.
Oh, that might be.
becoming a family signature. Of course, Morozov tapped. When a Nurmagomedov has your back, it isn't a friendly gesture. It's a warning of the storm that's about to ensue. It was an emotional win for Umar following the recent passing of his uncle and mentor, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov. Umar's cousin, Khabib, took on the role of mentor and trainer, and their bond only grew stronger as a result. Khabib was in Umar's corner every time he fought, cheering him on and giving him the cheat codes for victory. Umar was eager to prove that his first performance in the UFC was not an accident. His second fight took place at UFC 272, where he faced Brian Kelleher, a gritty veteran with a 24-12 record, entering their fight.
His legs together, boom. When Kelleher goes to the body, beautiful. That was beautiful.
The opening round began with Umar utilizing his striking advantage,
I was talking about Nurmagomedov.
displaying a variety of kicks
Talks about them a lot, says they're just beautiful.
and crisp combinations.
Athletic ability.
Kelleher, known for his durability and pressure, tried to close the distance and engage Umar in a brawl.
Hence the name.
However, Umar's footwork and speed made it difficult for Kelleher to land clean shots.
Display early from Nurmagomedov, who had it for the knockout, just putting it out there.
Midway through the round, Umar landed a solid takedown, quickly advanced his position, and began to search for a submission.
Nurmagomedov had it over, called him Khabib.
Kelleher scrambled to escape, but Umar left him no chances, mercilessly taking his back and smoothly locking in a rear naked choke.
We're having a hard time seeing.
Despite Kelleher's best effort to fend off the submission, Umar's technique was too strong. Kelleher tapped out at 3 minutes and 15 seconds of the first round. In his third UFC bout, Umar faced off with the tough and talented Nathan Maness, who held a record of 14-1 entering the bout. Maness was expected to pose a considerable challenge, but on fight night, the octagon was a hunting ground for Umar, and Maness was his prey. Umar delivered a masterclass in breaking down defenses,
You know what I mean? Oh, very nice.
landing efficient blows.
He can wrestle.
You don't want.
Defense is the best form of it.
He landed over 100 strikes during the fight, and throwing down his opponent left and right like a rag doll.
Oh, speaking of head
Somebody
kicks.
did been in the first 2 rounds.
The fight, unsurprisingly, was judged a unanimous victory for Umar. A question appeared on everyone's mind after the fight. Are we witnessing the birth of the next Khabib? Even though he was known for his grappling and wrestling superiority, Umar's fourth and most recent bout would be the one that would make all the headlines. During UFC Fight Night on January 14, 2023, his opponent was Raoni Barcelos, a fighter with a record of 17-3.
Now sneaks to the back once again and tries to get the right arm.
Feels like he's put in the right work.
Nurmagomedov was willing to engage in striking contests from the start of the fight.
That kick right there, he throws on both sides so well.
Barcelos wasn't a slouch in the kicks department either.
Getting you to bite on the team.
Halfway through the first round, a lot of body kicks from both sides.
He dished out some serious leg kicks during the fight. However, short it lasted, and Umar matched him to the fullest.
Barcelos has to cover that range sooner or later.
It was an interesting decision, given the ease with which he dispatched all of his opponents so far, mostly using his ground game. Barcelos was happy to trade blows with the Dagestani, but Nurmagomedov seemed frighteningly at ease doing the same. Umar never gave any indication that he intended to take the fight to the ground. Then, a vicious body kick, followed by a thundering left hook.
Let's take a look. Throws this knee, lands the body, and it was just he fouled.
Sent Barcelos straight to the shadow realm. The stunning knockout came at 4 minutes and 40 seconds in the opening round.
See that Nurmagomedov has the instinct.
Nurmagomedov with a highlight for the real.
Powerful kicks, precise as whiplash.
And make my life miserable. Boss stands here.
Bullying wrestling in Khabib style.
And this is it, and he's tapped.
Morozov is trying to find that backhand.
There it is, 14.
Devastating ground and pound. This is the Nurmagomedov's legacy in the UFC, which is continued by Umar. Hey, before you sign off, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Join us as we explore the fascinating world of MMA and put your favorite fighters under the spotlight. The drama in the octagon never ends, so until next time, keep the fight spirit alive.